me at the home come. But the most important thing Anopa I yenewo edi nkomo no yes 7 days na ye to aba edien and I was say ensem for a work Ghana etime aye na afin so the focus ahead of the election reportage there was say ye hunyina Anopa yene aye the Ghana Journalists Association president ebetime atnase na yene no edi nkomo anoti ma wadwen training na so entime and Brazil 248283441 02482834441 na afi yanjebre ewo dwumade so na yentime enkan na so entime emfa yentwa hotiawa na yenkomra yekoba meso nkran na afi so de obon krata ne munsem ni nyina so aye krado Anopa yede ni nyina so ede ebesomo yebasisia
clean and fresh. Betimi asesa na emom no wa so obetimi adjust ho towards the sales of a year with destination a wo call enunti wa nkasa wo hwe baabi amframa no ebo edefa na wa nkasa so wo tenase na wo dwendwe baabi a wo kro na afei so ene baabi amframa no ebo no enya ade a ewo se etimi ehia wa nkasa utimi dane ho na afei so baabi a wo kɔ no watimi afa baabi fofora eno so ebetimi aboa ma watimi adu baabi a eno so wo kɔ de ye ka akosi ne se abrabo mu no enema bi na no ana esi ewo ye na brabo mu edu baabi a de den no eba the air denso eba the air nyono eba eni jinso etimi eba but at any point in time the esi wo abrabo mu bia no ebusia aye hu ne se oni control over it ene dey a we frase a akakra na nonso aboy no the besi donko the besi no mienu the besi no nsia bremu no ni nyina no enya ade a wo control ewo so but regardless the besi donko the besi no nsia the besi no num no ni nyina no eyade a se wo hwe na se wankasa wose wo change wakwan bi na etimi aboa am watimi anya ene dey so emfasode pii na nso a wo ye saade na ebetimi aboa ye pa enoti aya ye focus na afenso hu destination hu baabi a abrabo yi no opese wo bo edikosi enema bi a opese wo ye ewo abrabo mu no emma obi emfanaticulata emese wo care anase wo bensa wakoto mpachopa be very focused with whatever you have started, be very focused with whatever you are doing, and make sure say regardless of the situation in which you may find yourself, you are always focused on getting to the destination, which is your core aim and then your core purpose. And until Anopa bisa who say abrabo akwantu ya ye boy no eden pa ana esi wani so a eno no eboa ma o final destination a opese wudru e wa abrabom no etimi aboa ma watimi edru se wunya mfa ahwe ensi wani so nso efrase yesa no pay odi baby esi wani so na eno no ebe yon siso dua ai betimi aboa ma afen so abrabom ana mo atutu aye nyina no ye tutu no etimi aboa ama wodie no etimi esi baby papa nyame enhra na onye okese anopen so yada se anopen wa join ye na watimi ameki ye number 1 de obon krata no nsem no aye crowd odi asempa kwame apomesu mensa atnas good morning bibi aye fine there
nyame adumboko be ma weekend na 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 me fine easy kra na me fine easy kra
e dey see weekend bi
oh just say na me ti ni me honam nyina se free hin just say be jim say santan timentimem pie me hyede mu nko a ba nyame adum wati me mpaibo enu me kwa soro ko dana se de tie bia no se me yare o kwame me dana se cause ni pedua no me kra ye ne dia eto no a ne nim no nso nim se de ne amade se me kwa adwuma eti won kasa se me tima soro kwa so
no dim se de aka 7 days to election reportage no so de on
eti de me kan se so me tima soro kwa so le dia ena o mo manager a different monday ko so me ntimi mra adwuma tampa na dum nti ne yetiase kwame
ya fast da emanyame ye ne eye honam ni moja
ne
so ye ne wan
ewi matumfo nka brechiefo wo mo mpaya so wo mpaya asem o mo nye sikom be free ensem
obi grenya wa beto be ma nkredo
me kam chira kwame obi na what be shema manager why for the na contem because no mo nya ho ye ne
no fo
sa na ja ko na so nyame ti ase edie ye bambo fo eti ase
yesu oti ase nyame ti ase ye nyankopon ne so
yes
nyankopon no matter what you think but I dey hear wa brabom pa I think positive eni adwebone ema odi eni bone ema obi adwepa na wodwen na me be hwe so e de hu yes it is one secret enkrofo nim
so wo kan ye Galatians 6:7 na
okay
wo say onyankopon yin na twetwe o nipa de wodua no na wutwa it is a wodwen bone apese de ne yemfama bone won de wadua banche akotwa bode da dabi sana brabone tienti kwame yanko
did I say odi but it's only 7 days now what you said na ye kase you know akakakra na electoral commission efrasie na oh my Ghana mu ye to aba it is only 7 days to go and then so da etwato ewo November bosomi ochina ye 1st December ochina ye special voting no
kwame enye ize
so what told you ochina
me mom die
I see odi over to the ochina and over to the December 7
oh me mom dey come me kra me pen 7 December no
aka pen 7 December
me 2 year na jam amasad report ato so
oh sabo
tana me pen mom
eti odi e wale si so ye dey be ne den electoral commission so publish here
oh sano dey den ya me dim be say pie wi nim tinyo
okay my young try your hombra I was here na your homba the one crata the musem ni na aba no pay e be so mosisi a yeba I was yada say Anopa eti yatena say braso say yene edi nkomo de obon krata no emunsem ahodo a Anopa etime aba ana yede ne nyina no ede eba besomo but my messages no embra 0248283441 0248283441 na afei yenjebre na yenkinkai emfama 7 days to elections in Ghana. Peace is very important, very paramount ahead of the election, during the elections and even after the elections. You hear some day said Omanyi yebetimi atakoso na afeso kabiba menkabi ayajiatum for the last 28 years yetimi edi ayajuma na etimi aboa ama omai Ghana so etimi afanentoma pa etimi edi efra enoti se basa ye ana waye wadwen se afia bato no obeye dia mepacho pa eni die kwan so ma enhye wo se eyade se it is your responsibility as a citizen se obetimi aboa ma yasumdwe no so etimi atena but this is your election strong room and to be reminded say idea say all the reportage we hear no CMG Ghana elect powered by the Class Media Group afia about to a reportage ni nyina no ye de bebro result across the 16 regions of Ghana ye de ni nyina no e de besom we no ti woni ye ntena afia about to de beto from bia 16 regions no ni nyina no ye de ni nyina so e betime e de aso wodi but ye mfa daily graphic no na ye nhase na ye nhwe de eye
media no me kase na kakra kai no
yes
what we decide we de tata
media me yan decide you
we de bia me kan na
me kan so I kan so na ma kan no kra na che
also say we decide we
by this time
oh yes yes so who say beto am aso mesi
me kra na agreement me decide a me twen 7 December no makoto say anya force
oh enu mom die but yes say obeto aba
ka sa bento
yes obeto aba no wetima
che ni ba decide ye so October 1st December
yes and you must to so the to aba no ye di kan eye wan kasa nkasa wa setene mu yes wan kasa nkasa wa setene mu say ekoye edi ama ho ana say enkoye edima wo
you say me am sitting am no di edan bo ade okrom ha pa
nti na me ka say wo hwe wa sitting ma
advance ni ade a krom ha landlords ni landladies ni edge ni boarding o ya young person no fra baba se na o tinkran ha enye easy sa
enye easy
aban bia nso a obeba obe na adwen se rent ho nsem no obehwa aka no sa aban no anhwa na o ya atache the heart of
yes true
aban bia nso a or you interested in the youth development ni nyina na ya dia ye consider ntina me se me
nti no wasetene mu no se de wadi ka aka no wo hwe wodan wo han wo he wadwuma wo ye
wo like
wo like bill wani nyina ka wo ahoto no bambo
nipa e depend wo
yes na afa wa hwe wo ma ye di o ma dache eno so ye one factor because e wo betima adwene enei na wan kwankoto abapa na dache ankoma bi se o ma beye mobo a eno so eya sem ana afei omanin kankro sa no ma miensen wa wasetena mu ye fa obi bia mu sikasem adwuma mu de etoso ye oma ye di oma dache ana de etoso so omanin kankro ye mpeli de obeba no ba be we omanin sika ye peli da oba bedwene omanin ho se oman no me project se bia by 10 years time also oman no se bia akwan ye timi koduru sei so omanin sika se mu nchichire o se timi koduru sei se kuaye a woso man ni kuaye no ye be me na aduane de wo se tim kodu sa no mania no wo so timi picture na de gun krata so ansa no asori so kokromoti wei
ukotim dia
because
ma me bisa se wo se wo hwe se policies are eba any promises are eba any they abetwam in the last 8 years in the last 12 years in the last 4 years you know what direct impact e wo abrabo so ana e wo so hwe sa dia na asa wetin
also hwe sa no ma no
okay
because in some dey wo ma ba wuru bebre de agu yanim
okay
so promises in the bebre nanso bisa won say emu de no matima deliver ama ye ho atoye ne a ye ma ne abusuafo ho to wo mo ama man no so kwa nanim ne yanso nya ho to
okay
ni nyina also consider
yes Odiane decision about the power.
No dear.
Because so far me de minya direct impact bia. Free SHS me baby an ho ko free SHS.
Obaze bia wo pe bi
mini aketo bia an ho ko free SHS.
Kwa me no mom de oka sa de akwan bi so no me meka sa wo ye wrong wonim de tia mebo na botre
me side ana me
wonim de tia meka sa
me enye obi ana wo that is the fact
e wo mu sa na so tie
enye obi anso ana ni nua eye ketoa a wadru secondary school going age obi so ho so ani nua mu nyina akọ university me come situation which is very peculiar to me and then I make
kwa me me de me kan say se ye ka se ye no me akwan bi so no
I want to say the direct impact on our life.
Can you mama answer?
Okay.
Me can eye wasetene mu. De etoso wo maye die. Ana de etoso so o mining kankro.
Okay.
En se ko ba se wo no wonya impact o free SHS ne so a. Kan we se bia obi otenchen ne ba anampo no akwada bia na impact na se nipa no. Free SHS na wanya so mfa so no e bia na me adina dom wo twai. Wo ba beto so ama oba be nipa kase e de ama o man no.
Etien koso nto aba no se de bia nipa no so benya saa de so mfa so.
Yes.
Okay. Etien nya se you selfish. Enye okay.
Yes.
Odi me da say why?
Sound of primitive.
What to for no pay na decision ne de ne fa be de pa. Decision ne fa be de. Me go so be bia me tia light bill.
Na me no kasa me dan tamaso. Watching ya ye to me. Salaji tia when tia ye me dan tamaso. Watching ya ye to me.
Odi ya you to
work can want some day.
I am you to work with the media. On be ya what here.
And Wokofa we better do ya bebo me dance ma bebo mi.
Na me trust say me tia light bill. You see your chen kania ba me kania no me tia light bill.
Nya gro mi nia. Ye tia bola bill nyina.
Bola bill nyina.
Eni chese.
Sen kran na ati.
Na sen na say nyame adom ma nsuo. Amampani say me yemfa ni free.
Okay.
You kra me cause me ba kwa na me light croissant. Enti me kwese ko to bi.
We dey owie ho Ricky. Why? Me mechi meja no.
Hey, me house.
My Daily Graphic, you know, I shall see Anopa. Yeah, that's what joining here. The big story on the front page of the Daily Graphic this morning. Special voting tomorrow. Electoral Commission cautions cast vote for faith civic right, and that is the big story. Jane Mensah's photograph is here on the front page of the Daily Graphic. Political parties predict higher voter turnout, and as well, Information Ministry warns against fake news. Prioritize national interest in election reportage. Professor Kakari urges media, and these are the top stories on the front page of the Daily Graphic as published on Monday. So this is what is being reported, but let's do a little bit more of the stories on the center spread of the Daily Graphic. Footbridges on holiday, let's act to save lives. All the details you need to know as some photo galleries are being displayed at the center spread of the Daily Graphic. Let's do page 16 of the Daily Graphic. So customs impounds oil vessel at Tema Port, and as well prioritize national interest in election reportage. Information Ministry warns against fake news ahead of the election. All the details as you need to know being captured on page 16 of the Daily Graphic. So fake news, what does it mean? And then what will it mean for a media practitioner to instigate a fake news ahead of the election? All the details as you need to know being captured here by the Daily Graphic. Special voting is tomorrow. So the Electoral Commission is telling us that tomorrow has been scheduled, the 1st of December, for special voting. People within the media practice, media environment, and as well as the security agencies are supposed to queue tomorrow and cast their vote ahead of December 7. So that is what the Electoral Commission is telling us. And it says that the Electoral Commission has asked all persons who are on the special voters list to go and vote at the designated special voting centers across the country on Tuesday, December 1, 2020, to risk missing out on exercising their franchise. And that is also a continuation. So get a copy of the Daily Graphic and then read the very details and know what is being reported. The back page of Graphic this morning, Ash Gold failed to glitter against Salitas. All the details as captured by the Daily Graphic. The graphic there ba no pay ni entify no na yemfa the Ghanaian Times and to us.
Yo Kwame me da se ebusuafo sade Kwame edi kan poto obrofo kasem no yenso yemra yenso yedim se city ase yedim na ye sha se the Daily Graphic okunini krata ne no ana ebusuafo ye debro hasuom na Daily Graphic ba ya asam kase odi kan ne beto hono no efa abato ya ochina meboa ye sha se na ya a special vote na say one man omo ebeye adwuma eda ye to aba on the 7th of December no ya yes so many kan to omo dear friends special voting no eno ana ma mi jemensa abato commission panimpa oda oma no wode honsem ababetu edwab na de work nyina ene say kokobo ana wode e ma say onipa bia no wo akwanya sonko ese wonso utimi to aba wa bra wo biada entimi ensi ukwan etime mo bia ne na dwen so bi kwa kwato na ba no obi besi ne kwan eno ne kokobo ya ma mi jemensa abato commission wadi kan edi aba ya wakasa wo chena mebo a special voting ne de ebekoso enipa ododo oburo be se eye empem wo ha ne enkono ene akire ano mo beto sa abayi eti ma mi jemensa ese emrenduru so wo chena mebo a obi anko na won konkonkoto na ba asundue mu e wa bra ya tuwi a boni bia so ni kwan se esi ewa abato na eho enti voting centers awdo me awdo betoto aba no nyina ma mi jemensa wode ho asam aba ya so ko page 3 ho so a ensam dodo na no so ewo ntie no ana no paku akrata no aba no bede ya wode aba na asam ba kon so a Daily Graphic and Anopa yi wo ba ho amane e dia che no say page 13 so ko no ma nyina ene say aye board of directors yo mo eda graphic communications adwuma na no wo pani pa wo ye chairman ya oda board of directors na ano Professor Kwam Kakari ano wo ka say na so wo ka nyina ene say wo central for wo se ye de wo be se ye toso enan e wo oman Ghana ye ka amamu nchichire no a we mampani atan ni efro no ma na se mampani dibere ni fro no ma emra chebjafo beba na afei atemuafo nsoso wo nsoso aba na mo ye dwuma court wo maba se we sam yen san efro no ma wo sen central for yenso ye ka bie wo papa ene to so nan wo be kan kwa mo se ye ano ye boro
okay
wo se ano ye boro ane yenso ane ye kasa e wa asase so ntie nyame na emusifo e wa asase eso despite say wa so for nanso ye ka bia e wo papa de ye be ka no amanfo efa enti Professor Kwam Kakari essay and central for was saying was say papa say ade hiema oman no ade be mo oman na konanim ade be mo oman na sumdue agane na so ade be mo oman Ghana atumpon eno ho asem ana yenka wa batwe mu na emom so bekwa ka ojabom beke kansam enam so pese wonipa eba no no be mampani wo ba taifa kakra benyadi kwame bosra kakra obofo bewinti de bia da na wa ye de emfata e wo wirem enti wase we de on pesa sa no ma we bi ebesi wase nsantofo ye dwuma na ye no eso papa ne ka hu se asamba akopa akwabra ne beka no etimi di asamba se de bi si wo Rwanda eni amahodo so no enti Professor Kwam Kakari se nsantofo abaye ba betu no de safata ye be ma man na tumpon no man be konanim eno asam ana ye kan ti page 13 so obo ewuroma eno so no ho asam ko akrata no ade ba na mame san we fa wo enko eye page 16 ho so no ensam kro na bi ye fa asomdwe ho no ana yewura upon kroma oswafo hwe my Ghana yenkra to ensam so information minister no kran so no ofonsa yire bi ewa parliamentem ho ana opani wayemra sebedani ewa ho no mo won so na waka nyina ene say fake news and some fata eya trosam bosem kasam broni be say malicious eya falsehood sa no man eni kwanse ye man ba bonten waka wenya no eya central for any social media doso kwame we aba yabatu yi social media guru sufo mbedi ka bobo mpansa na abato commission na mpo edi aba won enti sa nyoma we no ana ye ropon kroma wo bo ye ho kokko esema mi emfa fake news bi ametudwa na ma oman Ghana na ne amutu fisi ye wo oman Ghana ba ko pe wase ye ntwa ni hwa ma hodo a enam yensem fake news amanfa de tutudwa enti ema nam so ma abato mu oman na dan ye butu wase oman Ghana won pese be so anioma akobo no fa yi ase fisi oman ba ko pe ane ye wonti information minister wono so na sam ya ena no pay wode ema yen enonom na page 13 so asamba ko bi so ewo ho mame emongura mu ntem na me kofa sa asem no so emfa emrefisa asem no so no ehia papa ni nyina no efa yabato nsem kro ya wase political parties predict high voter turnout na se eno no amnokwa wodo ma so de se yanto aba emfa emom no mo kase oh womdo mu sa afiwe no nipa dodo na be so refi omo fie no omo mpaso omo akwa to aba no ama che se abato ne beto bawie no nipa dodo ane ye se omo koto abayi eti eno so kuwa krata no wode ho asam aba na kwa me ukọ emfifiri ho no mo eti ma me mongram e ho na me fa no entwa to nani na ene say ye foot bridges ahodo ma me mfa soro na kan so emfa from foot bridge
okay
eno no wasi se de amanfo so mo mfa so amanfo mfa foot bridge no eso wo mo sori a mwa na mu su say foot bridge ye nyama mo ye mamu a mo sa jesi wo man no akwa dane bosom anesi wo ya yesom no ne nipa nam kwan mu ane nipa etwa kwan mu enti anam so ma de bia dan kwanhye si ade so be tes oh foot bridge na se ekwan we so ka ya bo obi ina se asoden ya asoden party sa na na mampam ya so awuru sa dankun ye chese ye ka bibia yentie yaso den papa eteno kokobo ana ko akrata yi wode ema ye wo hwa watwa ebi ediaba ya chese Medina de ni nyina Medina Zongo Junction ho nyina no wode ebi aba ya wo se wo hwe de ye eti won man kofo ka ana ade ne kra wadodo ana di se wo call ground sa ana wuti sin skra wo nwie da wo se Ghana fo Ghana for my kwa Israel for pepe mukura mo san ani ho kire Nyankopon ye free ha ye free museum so Nyankopon ye free museum afa de kwan so yesa akobu Nyankopon so bo so o ma kom de sa na we se Ghana yesu ban tenti daily graphic.
The first story now we hear no on the special voting no eye ochina but I think I was see a chemo kakra CI 94 2016 there no estate is electoral commission e wo ho kwan say obetimi aye special voting no but kakra e chema dwe no is the fact up until now electoral commission publish a sentence no enti obi wo hono ma sentence no onim baby a okwakoto na ba no ochina which is very key because we are told say some 109,000 electorates na ochina no nyame adoma onto omoto aba enti for instance omo ma breakdown graphic am breakdown and say in the greater Accra region ochina nipa 25,000 I expected say omo betimi ato omo aba na afei so in the Ashanti region it is expected say 16,000 betimi ato aba ho no central region nipa 8,578 I expected some betimi ato aba then eastern region so 7,900 and all the regions no breakdowns no yes but obekaya Electoral Commission say no abaya ye kwakotu for instance on December 7 polling station bia na omo registered voters which is more than 750 omodin ewo register ne so no ye beche sa polling station mu mienu enti e drew 750 na omo aka ni nyina no ebe form a different polling station enti within the same environment ye betimenya polling station A and
polling station B
what you say enti sanso so ana I think say we na be but omo atremu say there are peculiar cases and for instance oba a year special voting and no be cause ochina na there are some a year 14 a year polling stations and I would say polling centers omo no ebe more than 1,000 I don't know yenchem because a year special voting no ochina de ne de yenchem enti oma emphasis be say out of a year 14 no about 7 of them were greater Accra centers na tete for instance an area like a year Lejokuku eka ho Adenta eka ho Dade Kotopon eka ho ni nyina no Dade Kotopon for instance e was 3,749 nipa e wo e special voters no so yes ana oko Adenta nso a ochina enkrofo a expect some beto aba no e 1,339 and no by the Electoral Commission Lejokuku e 1,266 ana finso Tema West e 1,263 ni nyina no centers are more than 1,000 but for instance omo more than 1,000 nyina no say December 7th ye beche polling station nim it's 750 beto or different polling station na afi the ebeka no so omo so ato e different polling station yes but the meme can say nipa no enye polling centers nyina na bebie ochina it's a specific polling centers and Electoral Commission aye den akreti a ochina bato no ebetime akoso we don't know Electoral Commission ebe ya nka Anopa omuntime muaye na nka nkofo entime ehu because obi wo ho a wasori Anopa no afi na okochinya akohwehwe be bia ne polling center ne yeden ewo and the betime bi so abase even the district office of the Electoral Commission no hwa na ebe create center no manipa na yeden akoto na ba enti sade no e was say very clear but yemfa the Ghanaian Times no and to us Ghanaian Times this morning is reporting NPP NDC duopoly and as well we are poised to end it. PPP, CPPP, NC, others declare. And that is the big story on the front page of the Ghanaian Times. And as well, Infantiman MP's barrier brings Mankesim to a standstill grief, and that is also another big story. Fire destroys GCB Liberty House storeroom, bank closes, and that is also another big story. So this is what the Ghanaian Times has reported, and then some of the other political parties have sworn to also end the monopoly of the NPP and NDC ahead of every major election. So we live to see whether that will equally manifest ahead of December, and that is what is being reported. So we have Bridget Jogwenukunu's photograph on the front page, and as well Ivor Kwabena Green Street, Christian K. Andrews, and then Hassan Ayariga, Mr. Kofi Akpalu, and the others, all photographs on the front page of the Ghanaian Times. So this is what Ghanaian Times has reported. But a bit more of the stories on page 3. 40th container car crash kills 2 in Tadi, and as well fire destroys GCB Liberty House storeroom. All the details as you need to know captured on the page 3 of the Ghanaian Times. But page 5, farm workers killed in Insane, Nigeria, and as well some other reportage on the African continent. So get to read the details as captured by the Ghanaian Times. Liberty won the share point, and as well Isaac grabs Goldfields PGA Golf Top Prize. All the details as captured by the Ghanaian Times. So if Ghanaian Times no na yenko yenim.
Yo, everything for the daily graphic at what the Ghanaian Times and no snana no penso ye de to so na ye de amamu ewo ku akrata mu nsem otwumetie so na obaye no so no ode nsem bebre na aba beto anmo ne nsem do banya ne emu odu papa na asam kase ba ko a ena no pay ku akrata yi Ghanaian Times wode eba ye no ene se wo se MPP ene NDC wo nyina no mamo nsa so ahye bo se kwambia so ma asomdwe ayadwuma ena political parties awodo aka ni nyina dan so wo nyina aboa abeka ho wo nyina do mo nsa ahye bo ase edin se akantam se wo mbehwe ama asomdwe mapa etumi ayadwuma wo mbehwe ama ba ye hye ase ne ato oche na meboa na ne fa kase na abeko so on the 7th December no wo mbehwe ama aya asomdwe obi aso wan transe emasefo emfo ebiso o my Ghana say bi kaka ye no kwame o my ba ko pe ane wo eto mo nyina do mo nsa hye apamase ye ntiase apam mo nyina sa agreement ni bi bond eso mbehwe ama ba ye ba betue no aye kama boni bi ensi entokwasem bi ensi wo kumi ni wakami ana sempo wo timi ni wakami bia enkoso ko ni ka bia enkoso ebe ya asomdwe ebra ye hye ase ato aba ebre guso aye to aba no ebre be kenkan be wie ene bre mu bedwo ni nyina no parties awudo yi obi ama ne nsa so ya wo se me hyebo se mema o my Ghana ba ye beto no aye asomdwe enipa wodi nkan eye pani a wotu franka de ama PPP amnuko no ma me Bridget Dwagbanuku wono anedi kan ya oda no ma wabie na no a wo kasa ya wo hye na African web ana nipa wotosom yenu ayo pani a wotu franka de ama CPP amnuko no yero Ivor Cobran Green Street wono so ama ne nsa so ya wo che say mijina ho ma asomdue afa yero Christian Kwabena Andrews wono so ana Ghana Union Movement gum wono chabosom wono so ama ne nsa so ya wo hyebo ana yero Hassan Ayarega All People's Congress APC amnuko no wono so ama ne nsa so wo kasa che say mijina ho e ma asomdue ana yero Akofi Akpalu LPG we nya gas ye no aduane bi kwame Liberal Party of Ghana nyesa ono so wa hye ni kiki ya che se wa hye na tade kama so ada nani ye wa ka nyansa mi dwoma asomdwe nto mo nyina no wa ma hye bo se enima boni de omo e declare so ma bi NC e wa abatu enu nti sa na no squad crat ne asam kese na no pay wo de ebetu edwa na wo se eye Ghana Commercial Bank eye Liberty House omo store room eja to mu na no memenda no enya asenketwa yesa no pa no ndum pa mu pe no papa no kwame ana eja to wo mu store room ho no mu yesa first floor I wanna say wo store enkrata ne ade nyina ego ana eja to mu kwame sa de ne nwanwa pa wo
eja na tutoto mu no aya na me problem ne se eja ni to mu wi a yemba embetre de ntia buy because as we speak oko circular Ghana Revenue Authority dan ya hye
kwasi ade bi no
ye nim dia kwakosi
eno se Professor Stephen Ade ba ye no ye anche bia ne jato sa ade because I'm say papa ni so washi obeka no kurinti
yenti menche
wo mo say enya se ye ka wo mo say oh my God na ate no
if I see you call the
yo mama fa we entwa to na ye mfa ensi kwame se wo kai emra hye bedanu no a nipa bonifo bi yese akronfo ana kwaje ne conference bra no free campaign say eba amache be don ko yes wo pani no yese say de efunu be de na nkwa amenem efunu be den anu nko amenem ense say de akwa pene korabre na no me dan fe ye gya no kwan ye gya no kwan ti ye bom pa se de na nanom agidie no se ne saman eba beta ne ire chi enye sa no mo ka no na ja ne ire nso wadi inkunim e wo ho no nti opani no yakwa akɔpɛ no Kwabre yewura eye Hayford kwansa ai ejabsan for Ghanaian Times nsam ne de edoso mame fancy yemfa foforo entoaso.
The new publisher Mahama warns EC boss over rush election results, and that is the big story on the front page. Infantiman MP laid to rest. Page 2 of the new publisher captures that, and as well OKFM's Halifax and some other wins Radio Personality Award. 2 vehicles run over cop at Techiman, drivers on the run. All the details as you need to know captured on page 6 of the new publisher. So this is what the new publisher has reported. But page 3 is also reporting FDA boss sues multimedia others for defamation. All the details you need to know. 3 NDC executives escaped death in near fatal crash. 2 others die in time. All the details captured on page 2 of the new publisher. So this is what the new publisher has reported on Monday's edition. Get a copy of it. Ghana Airways not receiving any aircraft. Aviation Ministry Green Ghana project set to train 300 women. All the details as you need to know captured on the center spread of the new publisher. So this is what is being reported. Debt owed Ghana Gas nears $1 billion. PIAC report, and as well AGI calls for establishment of industrial bank. Mahama warns EC boss ahead of election and the rush for electoral results. All the details as captured on the center spread of the new publisher. EC to deploy some 234,206 officials for elections 2020. All the details you need to know. The breakdown given by the Electoral Commission captured on page 5 of the new publisher. So grab a copy and read the details. So if you see now the Republic Press.
Yo, every time for the new publisher Kwakrata and also an ye day to us so diamamo, a bra Ghanaian Thompson so dear day SCNM. Now, Wabaya were due for Yini Ababetuam. Nina no a Ghanaman Penita Dab, Yera John Dramani Mahama, Yawo to Franca, Ediama NDC Amnukono, or Penny for Yini Edda Hosanso, and a Mammy James, Abato Commissa Penny, or no so new for Yini Eta Hon Ebi, and watch and also sono, Yera a year Quansa, Hayford, Yawa, now a Yamra Shabani, a war, a Infantiman, a Coba Seni Papa, for beginning conferring in some, again conferring in some, yeah, and I know me day, your copper and Kwabre fair, and on some some Ebinam, now far men from some and to dry Emamo. You know, and it says, so copy says one man, a hot year John Dramani Mahama. Wapanya wotu Franka Diama endi samnukono we eya kokobo anwa de mama mi jemensa ne kokobo ase nyina ene se wo se maame ne wonhwe ana abaton se atuwi a wan pepere ne ho amfa results na ama metudwa memo wompere wonto no bo ase mi kan ebia na aka abaton peso awudu obi ana polling stations bia wo se de kan ho na maame be ka se o me kura no ebra me bu nkonta me hwe petetakremu ehwe nkrata aso no me hwe ade aka ne kura ne he se eya asoma se dia mpo na se de nyina aka ne ho a enya de se de nsese bia beba wia na wo bewe eti kwame wo se bia na maame na dwene akwa ni sa wo se de bo nto no bo ase memo nyina dwen se wo declare results no o hare so wanto no bo ase nhwan krata ani mu ye na polling station bia yenkenkan ne yen quality figures ani bibia ma no meduru soro ho na ne nyina emo ano pepepe enya sa ko mesika no emo ano ansa na oba na nyina dwen se wo ko to no nya sa no de ahohare so ena no se o scandal nti no mikoto me committee no ma yise ya ebedu brebe na sempo no obebu nkonta no bewie no neska no anso na de o se no otimi to no antimi anto wasesa na maame no want to know what's on your side and Anyasa, a bet me Eddie Assam Abba. And what and so no, a page says one what I said. What do I need to our techiman? Yeah, no, our bunny is Mantama. Was it O prosini be? I wrote some Cassia Pana SC. Nina and say, Sa prosino was there a class of Quacoto Ediane. And I know a Friday tram with Elko ye, and I know Friday ye tram koyi. Kwame, what's on the motorbike is was quite as a Quacotodiane. Nitri Anquanko ye, Amaka can see me no chair for so. Sabra make us say, why in Uncle Pondia? Oh, a Yarosan Panidi and a constable, Francis Odoi. Francis Odoi, a Rosama Atono. So what class am you cotodianiaba? Na ekwem kasa kesem ye na akotwa fa ne so ama watwa na nan wonse do ya o principal ni yakopon ka ho ate yakopon fa akra ensie abai kura kwa mo ntima nto bi ayaro ho sempanti no asem ko akra ta no so wode aba na wo bo adiwura Ghana Gas Ghana Gas emu and wakasa no say eya Public Interest and Accountability Committee 20 friend PIAC wama yenhwemu sunko bi na nhwehwemu mo ye no say wama Ghana eya Ghana National Gas Company Ghana Gas kapa wama de ne yeseka amene wo mo ka no krom say twom se de no komoa adokoro sabi aboa kanaman enya asanketu okwame ja enya asanketu
akawom
wo se eka hono no aka kamna che say $1 billion US choppable dollars hey enya asanketu enya asanketu se kade ya se Ghana Gas
ya ji gas na yentia
oh kwame no na aka ne say eti akoye ka ya ya bepo ya isu mo man Ghana yanim ye betua sa ekano eti no asem kwa krata no so no wode aba amsa makeka dodo na eye emfansema MP yewura Hayford medical kanasem arahosem nipa bonefo bi ekoku ne ya ebra no free campaign say eba no wose sese de na no me de twa mu koyi na nsane ne MPP mpanifo ya Ghana mampani kan wo bie ene aban no wo nyina akọ akọpẹ no kora bre kama o makokora na chi kama ya omo etoa abrabo no eso nti se de openi no won kan ho ebiu.
Okay. The Republic Press Martin Amido goes haywire, hurls insult at President Akufo-Addo. Infantiman MP laid to rest. Obasanjo writes to Nana and Mahama. All the details as you need to know. Kwawu South elevated to municipal, and Chiefs Local Government Ministry commend Sete Champon for such a feat achieved, and that is what is being reported. So President Akufo-Addo complete and commissions a 12-year-old 60-bed Trifo-Praso hospital. All the details you need to know. Nanado knows Oforiata and Gabi Otredakon are stealing for him. Former President Mahama and candidate of the NDC speaking on the center spread of the Republic Press. Senior Minister inaugurates some 250 megawatt hydro solar hybrid project at Bui Dam. All the details as captured by the Republic Press. Infantiman MP laid to rest. All the details you need to know captured on page 6 of the Republic Press. So this is what is being reported by the Republic Press. Grab a copy and then read all the details. But Republic Press, dear mistake no more ye. Odi? Amido goes haywire. Sad story no. And no one almost a copy of PC a year Obasanjo right to Nana and Mahama Nase. It's former president the man Nigeria. Obasanjo right to Nana and Mahama. Open so read this story now. Who read here? Martin Amido story now. And I'll bet me and didn't bosuto now. Yo, I was for the new chapter on ya sorry so I'll corner Kwame told me the Sumako to us. I will accredit for Ned no said I can to us no the Republic Press Kwame aboni yeah aboni and also obaya what you for the kase aba beto for the kase you know the kind special prosecutor yera Martin Amidu citizen vigilante what you for ni aba beto anmo ana wa hye court fefefe ya chese ne time ya sanketo efe pa wa ma ne nsa so ya wo kasa enyi na ne say papa se de wa ginsemu yesi papa said de oboa wa fairly break wa tie si so eno aso wo kɔ gidigidi ni na ne sɛ ɛkɔba so ade ndibra to hoyi no ya ɔde beto dwa sɛ nipa bi tata no wo me no be kunu firi sɛ papa no wa na dwen sɛ ajapa deal ɛkwadon kɔ be sɛ deal wo be ka mu no korɛ sɛ de be obi abɛhu sɛ ajapa deal no ɛne kwampa ane eru aka no for riata o my Ghana sana hene wonni nipa bi a opposition for ɛkyɛ sɛ wo matwa na na do ho ahyia ya on ayo madwen so person bu my Ghana ɛfa so awo ye royals no anase mpo no ye minerals no emunum asem ya na wacha sese de papa no hey wate asim an wo twabo na nado wo twabo Ghana mampani ensam no ba na wode ba ene ma munum de nansan wode ba ye menaso amaso bio ya de wo ka no enya senketoa wose keta asese no proye no drum de abanya kɔ abanya ba nenso aban we de hey nenso mampani no apentin ho say samampo mayiwa no ɛho hyɛn ne nso mutum sɛ no de kasa hyade wadi adware wate afɔre etimiza no anu watugu wiem ɛno akyɛ no so no ɛnkane mampani dada no no ɛwɔ Nigeria memu yɛwura Obasanjo anu watro krata ɛde abrɛ Ghana mampani na do ɛne Ghana mampani dada ɛyɛ yɛwura John Dramani Mahama ne nyina no ɛfa sɛ de be asomdwo be adwuma ɛwɔ yaba beto ne emo ne yɛsɛ so ado no so ekyire mu ɛwɔ Kwawu South mensen no ɛwɔ Puema Ntama ya pagya wɔnom afri district ɛde akɔ municipal
ya pega de free men's ne ketewa mu e de akọ men's ne kase mu omo manim tie no kwa krata no e de aba ana afa yase wo hena wo no ewa eye tamaligu ai tamaligu na tamaligu na okosa kronoma page 9 ana wonsam no ewo yase kana mapenda da Ira John Dramani Mahama wo kobon to hono no behwe wo bona baso enya asanketwa enti eno nso kwa krata no wodi eno nso nsam aba beto ene Anopa yi na senior minister nso wakwa akodi dwuma kese yesi 250 megawatts aya hydro solar hybrid wakwa akwa ntoma ewo bui dam se de be yo man Ghana yenka ne ansam eno nso ebetimi afa ne ntoma pa efra nyina no ana senior minister HS aba we ba ye no wa boy dwuma papa ye kase obi abo dwuma emfie nan pe na wa ye adwuma chese ne saso ebi emaita enti eno asem kwa krata no eno nso so wodi abanti kwame de da ye ekoso ya no ani pitiri
okay
ana penifo se so ba no ankonso a oji wani so ai
Ori meda say but nyawe ensura why you matter kese abusia mpacho fa o messages no and brothers 0248283441 na yankinkan and from out 7 days to elections in Ghana definitely yebeto aba no enuntima asomdwe ho entimi enhia wo na afei so de wasa wo ye set mamuni na onso wutime bua ma oman na somdwe ene eye kabi mamin kabi yaji atuma ye de ye adwuma e wo my Ghana mu ni nyina no ebetimi akoso na afei bedi mo na oman so asomdwe etimi atena ho no eno ana ye hwe ni mu se obetimi aye no ti ma wadwenche ni nyina nso entimi embra na afei nkomo ahodo pi wo no ma Anopa ye ni wo de frisabri ekosise nondo ebebo odi ma yenko wa na yeko no yekoba ade se ye ne the national president for the Ghana Journalists Association ebetna se na yetimi edi nkomo ahead of the election what is expected of journalists and some for reportage ebeba ene ade nyina ekwaya ye faso aye kasa any figures aye gi aye de eba ni nyina said e be ya obi enkom pronounce anase on project a particular candidate against their electoral commission so ene ebeba ni nyina no eye nkomo a in short ye be dis nyina na afeyetimi eye for na ye misa nso say some of the media houses up to now media house be etimi anya na accreditation na enti yekoba ye be dis ensem ne ho enkomo sisi antima wadwenche ni nyina no embra on WhatsApp 0248283441 na yenjebre na yenkan ma yekoba ora afro money ebetena se na yato ankomodie ne so yeba sisi a
for high sense domosibe bre netitu anya pomudi adwumayefo corona yare baye woni ediniye yekoso asrese abanse se odi egu akwam no yenkoso na yenniso ye yie die ntra se wo home appliances a efe na eche ne boda form afa entwe power di obia be kan bia oboa eno ane high sense dem aye direct from factory ya na ye nti etimi promotion abrebia high sense product abeto Ghana eno na abeto Germany and America your fridge air condition TV washing machine gas cooker blender rice cooker mobile phones sound system and be break can home you ma 5 years manufacturer defect warranty ye niama no ya tete so amamu say Say here, no nose mask, no entry. High sense, everyday prices for everyday people.
CD capsules, CD capsules, CD capsules. My body say.
What body imprensa?
CD ointment, CD ointment, CD ointment. And also
what brand CD imprensa?
Mo se wo pay immune support. Pa. Se do nipa kwa no beye wa adwuma. Said yes sir. Simple. Kope CD capsules. Enyarewa mo bo rough. Ye nim so anante ana wa adwuma kakra bi. No abra ye so week bia.
Enya me ha pa no.
Enya what CD capsules nkan. Wo ya so mde kope bia. Wo house wo twa.
Ena CD ointment.
Eya duro tatahwe ada obenya ho no. Ko CD Herbal Center ya. Wo ye CD ointment ni CD capsules no. E wo Lashibi Sharom Sport. Ya e Ben 19 Junction. Na ko tie se general body pains. Ni anko todwe eye no ya. Ni ekọ na poso. Honam ya. CD ointment. Enti few days shrim ekọ ya wonum di CD capsules. Shrim ekọ wonum CD capsules no. Na wo di CD ointment nso e massage.
Na menya ni nyina bi wo he.
Pharmacies, chemical and herbal shops. Dudwa for 050 5767 425 and now 0209 682836. A pin for a batter one more manu for an kwada when you do me nunca home. FDA, I should say a dreading crowd to my jatum say.
Say dear Mako who ever Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic no. Me who credit me. Say enunti no manya award wa. Eya word bestie. Obia transe Emma Dompem ya de. Kase anase boya de enkan to dem bio.
Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Esa nyarwan te se akoma ebo periperi Emma wani so ekiri wo. Ni ekuro etu no. Ni enka ewo nanum. Oba na be mo pa wo. Ene enyarwan kaye.
Nansi ama me kase ene spinal cord ho ekaye no. Greenfield adarumenti ene wasa so le gina na so ebiem.
Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Our ultra modern laboratory and a diagnostic machine sa. Ahwehwe ni pedua ni mu ankasa. Ajenkwa Gale Plus e boy yen ho ban efri nyarewa ho. Emma moja edi ye mu afusa ni ye. Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Ewa Nungwa Dogon Estate Junction last stop. Frewa 0243 983 906 and 0261 651 898.
Greenfield.
God is our healer.
Greenfield.
Your last stop.
I was here, yeah, that's it. There's only a year 23 minutes after 7. Yet, Sinkonya, a year, Dwabre Jumedie, so on CTV. I don't pay yet there, but not yet to me about being common. Not yet, beside the key issues are, was and some trophy so a bit to me a share so now I think so ahead of the election. Now, what you said by this time, I hear say now a idea say about to no etimi a frase. Now, I think so, Quaya and some trophy a befaso a dion Juma. Now, Monso Amu Fia, Moshe. No pebia na mutie no pebia no monso mo betimi enya mo chefa after set mo akwakoto mo bana wie no eno ehun komo ana no pe yeba ababede the Ghana Journalist Association penyipa ono eda no eye ura afemoni na ye ne no eni enkomo open morning. Good morning, President. We are recording.
Nyamna dom se ehun ye na mbocho won so won teden.
Erade na dom ye de nyame ase. First of all, mami mbisa say preparations ahead of the election. GJA so far edie na moye edie mansem for ahead of the election, just some few days to go.
In terms of preparation, me too me bumakande in all the election years this year na anamana you tune it been said that unprecedented because in funding from US Embassy. The year workshops which covered journalists from all over the country. Sagana Suya and Mwa, a year project on say no to vigilantism.
Okay.
This is a under project covering local language broadcasters, social media influencers. Political party spokespersons.
Okay.
We were also doing this project. Now, any electoral commission, America sende, yeah, workshop or takradi.
Okay.
Yeah, be war Ashanti, yeah, be or takradi, Tamale. The zone on zona page 4 zones, which can bring it together all journalists in the country. Apart from other just to target journalists to get them to appreciate the challenge ahead, because Sabato Oboko Yonkoya ni dudu na gina semchofo.
Okay. Edenti a ho akohia say ye all this sort of workshops for our journalists. Obibeka say adwuma no omogoso a omo ye probably this may not be the first election that media practitioners air cover. So why has it become so important, say, especially in 2020, comparing to previous elections? You would have gone to the extent of providing all this requisite knowledge ebetimi aboa with a line of work Central Phone so
number one, Ngofu P.O. This is the first time.
Okay.
A work of elections. When there's Central Phone, Omude in the Antanama for Ba.
Okay.
Media houses are expanding. Because around 500. There's a need to target them and capacity them. I feel so attrition rate in Ngofu Woba. And and other places.
Okay.
Until they also need to be replaced. I feel so. In fact, research I share there every year about 20%. Every engineer loses 20% of his knowledge. I don't know that of Semchofo.
Okay.
Until here, there's a need to update even what we know.
Refresh the mind.
Refresh the mind.
Okay.
Refresh the mind of what you know. Until on the point, on the basis of refreshing the minds of journalists, I feel so. Said first time. About to enough with media industry, there's a need to always target, and because most of them can when we hear without the media, there can be no credible elections.
Okay, my main business in your line of work as the head of all journalists in Ghana, no, how unique is this year's election in terms of one kasa will share the air course, the environment coupled with COVID-19 and the Equanya Electoral Commission afaso ayene juma. Few days to the election, how do you classify this year's election?
COVID is a cheap preaba, but COVID, on the flip side, COVID so the something positive. Near COVID, I can say tensions on because we could feel it. I feel so. Him and paying JJ Ron is new way so Nyakupon no Shabibia. So I'm a temperature so I'm a
okay.
In terms of pressure, yeah, but that theater for the elections. Say football park and the media. And today is a time for us to showcase our professional instinct.
Okay.
This is a time that make us say foreign journalists, foreign media analysts, observers. You share P.
I be drop my name.
Okay. It's been about October. It been by November, this week it been about. Now, we'll see every media house,
okay.
Every radio station, every TV station, every newspaper. No one analyze, because some of age one elections or some parties bomba. Only we are the working platform come up, but the media, ABC war Georgia. What to baby in party opposition party also on Jin because the media when they are
okay.
It shows the importance of the media
ahead of the
instead the BIA body they should equal playing field, no equitable be a playing field. Now just imagine other one party, one team has an advantage over the other. About the man. And I said from before even the blast rehearsal, everything is flawed. Until the media, this is the time. Central parties, more here, they had space to combat their vote, to canvass for their vote. I feel so to a message be over. This is the time. But at the same time, this is the time for also for us Central for the year be baka able to go. That's why we are gatekeepers. We're friend gatekeepers.
Okay.
So you may be a bit on corporate domain because I'm after what's a language shapes behavior. Whose language, whose communication can trigger violence.
Okay.
Internet some trouble. This is the time. In fact, one sentence, one story, one piece of reportage. No, you have no idea. Until you target journalists, making from we also go to other places. From now on to next week, till it is over. Nti me ja CTV share some trouble in you are professionals. In terms of global markets, also journalism is the best profession in the world.
Okay.
Into the best professional, or here best professionals who showcase their best
professionalism.
Yes.
Okay, maybe so now we will delve into some of the things I was saying in Central for you. But the big question I'm a person may be sound is towards having a free, fair, transparent election. What is the key role of the media? I was saying you demonstrating before the elections, during the elections, and after the elections.
Number one, giving space to political parties.
Okay.
Because the playing field should be level. Once they are registered, we have that constitutional obligation to give them, I think, a moral obligation, platform. Professional, yes, equal platform or message viewer. But in reality, some of the parties are dormant. But leaving the two main parties, and we should also square this equal opportunity provision with the logic of reality.
But in that regard, will it be in terms of panel placement? And now, so say, for instance, we've seen a lot of political parties advertisements running on radio, on TV, and all of that. Do we give them equal opportunities when it comes to panel placement? And now, so say, even in terms of advertising their messages and all of that, say party approaches station with their advert. Should the station itself walk up to the party and say so? So bring it in. Let us equally play for you.
Good question. So in terms of Sikasemen,
okay.
NDC MPP on the YB that YP or they know how to mobilize.
I see.
Yeah, so the party government a party in power, and so on, he has more resources.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, so it is not possible to bring all the 26 worker parties in a single program. It is not possible.
Okay.
Until what we can do, the NDC MPP, they always, because of their strength, because every vote we have more than 40%, meaning they dominate the political scene. Until they should be there. I feel so. We should also create a platform for the minority parties.
Okay.
So that they also have their say
on issues.
I think one organized program, 1 year rally, 1 year BBI. It is our responsibility to reach out to them.
Okay. To engage them.
To engage them. For instance, a panel of big parties, a platform. I think so. Because when you scout by advert today, you can only engage once in a while. A friend, I interview is that to go Green Street and now Yariga. So that there'll be that playing field, that level playing field. There'll be a semblance of level playing field, but there might give all of them equal airtime. It's not possible.
Okay, very interesting. But because I asked the issue of the advertisement, sir, the stations and then the publications would have to generate revenue for the smooth running of the various companies and all of that. But for instance, in terms of advert placement, it is up to the party to decide which of the channels are place or more advert. Should it be a civic responsibility of all media houses? Say you be provided such a platform. Say party be able to make an advert about whether they are paying or they are not.
No advert, and because we also did the financial oxygen. Okay. So we are not running charity organizations.
Okay.
Media houses are not running charity organizations. In terms of say one of which here for airtime. Let him to create that balance of that semblance of balancing.
Okay.
And then we reach out
to the others.
To others. Actually, the camera. I'm right to studio. No about now. It's because not today. MPP, NDC, no also other parties. So at least there's some platform beyond what also to also sell their messages, because they are basically they are to sell their messages, amplify their messages. Into it be no when you can. We also reach out, and so that day in day out, they also be captured on our platforms.
Okay, we've spoken about giving equal opportunity on our platforms to all political parties. The others now, I was here, the other key roles, no.
Other key roles in the gatekeeping.
Okay.
No here, papa. Even in the advert. So we be here, and the advert contains offensive, unsubstantiated. Be you have the right to take it out. Stamp your authority. We should tell the whole world that we are in charge. No, because we TNT, so a poisoner, we should spread the poison. No. Oh, madam, we are not being responsible.
Okay.
And so we should vet, there should be a committee to vet all the adverts. Making sure that if the advert, even though it's a custom, but what we put out there should be ethically wholesome. It is very important.
Okay.
And say, we care about the power of language. If the Bible, Galatians, James 3:8. Also the tongue, was deadly evil, deadly poison. Nti oba na wakanye mebia ozi basa. Please, as hosting, stamp your authority. Masa Chisan, one try to walk him out, him or
of the set.
Oh yes, show that you are in charge. Kai, Mosi or Rwanda.
Yeah.
Muntie 3 is also an example of Ghana. The offending journalists were fined and jailed. Station Nipo was also punished. And this should serve as a lesson for all of us. And our gatekeeping instinct should be sharpened.
Okay. The work has to do with the media personnel engaging with the political parties. But ahead of the elections, at the end, I was a journalist with the Electoral Commission in their line of work. How should the journalists should be prepared and understand the work of the Electoral Commission to be able to put themselves in the framework of the Electoral Commission, and then making sure what the Electoral Commission is putting out is the exact thing that media practitioners and so they to abontain so.
You cannot give what you don't have. In the Bible says, if the blind lead the blind, both to fall into a ditch. I was Juma teaching to education.
Okay.
Before you can educate effectively, you should know your staff. Until basic electoral laws be around this time, you were electoral laws.
Okay.
I feel so. Electoral Commission, weekly press conferences. We should carry them in full because we should get the people. Not only to amplify what politicians say.
Yeah.
We should also get the people to own the electoral processes, to understand electoral processes, to get people to have faith in the electoral processes. Because the faith in any election is as important as its outcome. Say more engines there, you don't have confidence in the processes, sir. You dispute the outcome by all means
of the election.
Okay. And the dispute to do the same case. So many countries are in turmoil because of disputed election. And whilst educating people on electoral laws, the do's and don'ts. If ballot papers are or said because of lack of education. Until you should do this time around, electoral commission was ballot papers one makwana them until you cannot tamper it, it cannot affect. This is good. I feel so. One a process of sorting.
Sorting, okay.
Sorting, you dig the background of the candidate. Because Serbia we are to about all me crasi onyim they don't know their track record.
Yeah.
Because we have that responsibility not only to educate electoral laws, educate people on what to do, what not to do, but also to educate the electorate, Mawato Ambapa,
so that we don't end up getting rejected and spoiled ballots.
Rejected and spoiled ballots, and then voted the right people into power.
Okay.
And they say, on assaulting, all the candidates, we should go behind what they tell us, bring out their backgrounds, their track record, and then in a professional manner that to go, so that in obi voter as you may see you human world them company a pasa and also vigilance until we he or she be guided by that record.
But would that not mean, sir, we are trying to influence the electorate's decision based on their year can air?
Yes, we should influence positively.
Okay.
Yes, because our objective is also to get the people to vote intelligently. Even when vote are based upon obedience fair.
Okay.
Obedience color of the skin. What has the color of the skin got to do with democratic advancement?
Okay.
The color of the skin, yes. This guy be a characterist under him be a impuntua be one nyama 1 year and they bring the gafon background they be guided
the records
to vote.
Of the personality.
The records of the personality. I want to help them to make the right choices, because making the right choices will have a bearing on the quality of our democracy.
Okay. Okay. The very important question I mean, beside in line with the work of the Electoral Commission, is the fact most often than not, what we do see, is after IPAC meetings, for instance, there is a banter. Let me use a clear case scenario of the NDC and the Electoral Commission. Yako IPAC meeting away. Electoral Commission, I explaining Myanmar, I was also explaining. Now the NDC on one side may be disagreeing with the Electoral Commission. Now the NDC will sort to interpret the issues the way they understand it. Then the media people will equally cover that, comparing that to what the Electoral Commission did or said. When it happens like that, are we really helping the electorate and as the citizens who it is our responsibility, say, you bet me offer that sort of education, to be able to position the issues in the right context, they believe in the Electoral Commission?
Good question. Now, say Ghana, Oya if Ghana is a beacon of peace, stability, most often one fact crediting Masem Chofo.
Okay.
But in such a chair, say my platform, and pick and quite a month for watching watching. Yama won't walk commando, Yama Oma ventilate their concerns, instead of bottle them up.
Yeah.
No behind there, Libya will be in this state. Because watch it, Gaddafi will see that every household 4,000, 5,000. But the people didn't have the freedom to speak out. Then you show and when it's exploded, look at where Libya is now.
Libya, yeah.
In Ghana, one of the beauty of our democracy in there, and media, we give the platform for people to express their concerns in non-violent ways. So when you have them platform, then that will result in physical violence. Until say party B feel he or she it is being shortchanged. Them on platform to articulate their concerns. And then I've been in APAC meetings.
Okay.
Noisy. There was a time physical exchange of blows. And then out and the media will talk to them, watch your agent, and then move on there a YG. Intergan was in the same big but okay car no YG. But other musicians when you're them in top of them you'll be thinking of that means of seeking revenge or seeking redress. And that could be dangerous, more dangerous than speaking out. At the same time, we should also say what kind of we should also understand the real issues.
Okay.
For instance, part party be or allegation they will print ballot papers.
And also na kame ban because just this weekend there was a viral video circulated Electoral Commission disposing of certain ballot papers ya wasted state resources in printing, but a very viral. Then Electoral Commission comes back to explain the fact it is the mandate of the Electoral Commission. All the 7 local companies or more a contractee or more printed ballot papers, the ones that are sport and cannot be used on election day, was companies in the presence of all the party agents. But the interpretation of the viral video was not exactly what the Electoral Commission made us understand. In that regard, how do we report such instances?
Good question. Our knowledge of the electoral laws in here, Papa.
Okay.
And what are the rules governing the printing of ballot papers? We should do some quick research.
Okay.
And then put it out there. I think so this is the time for fact-checking journalism. Fact-check. No. Because journalism is the dissemination of facts. It's a fact-checking journalism. I think so, the app Biaba, we can check fake news.
Okay.
The Media Commission has introduced them API, or the media house behind them API.
Okay.
It's be able to have a video, other BBA we see them up and which is a video, but which BBA the time we change the source of the video. Until you can easily tell fake news from factual news.
Okay.
And sometimes it's very difficult to do it. Say if you don't get the right information and the mechanism, you cannot tell the difference between fake news. Even digital fakery. What the voice or clone voice and this is Jemensa speaking, and now I said this Niketia speaking, and now Dr. Serbo speaking, admitting. Though I'm part or until this is the time, them up, we need them up to aid our fact-checking instinct. The fact-checking should be placed above everything, because one piece of misinformation can be misinterpreted and can be acted upon, and then the consequences can be incalculable.
Okay, very interesting. I was at Yagoswane Ora for money, Edin Como, Ewo Jumedi. So, and my questions, Nina, no Embra. Question Biana or about in some trophy, ye Juma, ya so far, ye free Afia Shasia, Bessie, and the 30th of November. Ye Caseno, Adibia, and some truly be ya, Ebia, or was in Bisabino, or the Fabra 024-8283-441, 024-8283-441, making kind na afin so, Ora Afro money at me a yano at the ama exactly 1 week na ye to aba enti kwanya nsɛmtro for ye faso edi ejuma is very key and very important to the success of our democracy enti ano ho nkomo ananope ye guso a ye di orafi mo ma memra won champion na mimbisa say one kasa you are the national president enti ma mimbisa say in terms of ratings, in terms of observing the media houses and then monitoring the activities on the airwaves, coverage of a year campaigns so far, if you are to grade your own media practitioners and personality within the industry, Obeka and Central for Obema, how many percentage?
No, standards in the media are not uniform.
Okay.
Certain sessions, Class TV, Nyede Mohar, media propaganda. CTTV, Joy, GTV, and the home radio stations. Yeah, me say Accra Radio, Papa, Accra FM.
Accra FM, okay.
Yes, yeah, I listen to Accra FM, Papa. And you are doing so well. But other stations in Auburn, in terms of standards are not uniform.
Okay.
And the need, back to it, but when it comes to elections, the election is the centerpiece of democracy.
Yeah.
And the penalty, election to the penalty. So I'm born a year pet. As One keeper which will determine
the fate of the nation.
The same for when year. How not Abraham?
Okay.
In terms of there's a need, gym. This is a time in terms of sharpening our skills, our sense of professionalism, our sense of objectivity.
Okay.
Ben share baby. Essential for what to Abapa. I know when you boy, but men share how you vote.
Okay.
Mama, how you vote determine how you do your work. No here, papa.
Okay.
It's a referee. Hey, you want to referee? I'm meeting me a bassa. Referee be how bassa be Real Madrid.
Obia one interest.
Obia one interest, but master.
Professionalism is
yes,
the key word. Okay.
Which a Jeffy put aside your political biases. Put aside your biases. The match multi. It's not easy handling NDC classical on the from has protocol on the from cry.
Obibetimi has shown a political affiliation as a host, as a journalist, as a reporter, as a writer, or as a news editor, any day and still be fair. Looking at the number of years with your experience you have gathered and all of that, do we have such instances?
Hey, you can easily tell where they belong. They don't hide it. Today, there was one piece of dangerous reportage. One of the stations by election equity.
Okay.
No, see, to quote him, Ajay. Me see ye kun MPP for 5 women in her. Ajay. Not a single soul was killed in that by election. Not a single soul in that by election. Until if there had been retaliatory attacks by
from
MPP,
around.
yes, because we could hold supporters in. Some of them might be pushed to also kill NDC supporters. Until then, killing spree will be a how most of baby. ABC war India 31st October 1984. Indian Prime Minister Indira Gandhi Mukunya Yaya by 6 bodyguards. Bodyguards were 6 bodyguards. Some choice your story or part the ethnic identity of with them and then within days no target is 6 okumo PPP. Nti point in penemi and even though Nukwa is our first obligation, it's our first obligation, it's to the truth. It's our first obligation, yet Obia said one ma unsa wenum the bia. No. It's not our first obligation, it's to the truth. But there's a caveat, the truth of a matter is not enough justification for saying it.
Okay.
This is Nukwa the assembly bar.
You have to hold it.
You have to hold it. You have to hold it.
Okano kreno na edi chaos beba. I was say ukrano.
Yes.
Okay.
Men kakra. Don't say it. Men don't say it.
In that sense, then it means we need to be measured with the kind of things
exactly.
On daily basis. We need to even go back and listen to ourselves as hosts. Now even on the day an episode of a show or probably a publication or an article in a newspaper for publication. In the next few years, you bet me at Nasia Kasansem ni BMA na.
Exactly. Also, every journalist, especially in broadcasting, producer, host, you are as good as your last program. Until after I share, go back. After a program, be a mama phone tail, get people to also understand and give you a feedback. Feedback me here, Papa. People what can they say? If I share, until always get the feedback and make sure that the next program you improve upon your last program because you are as good as your last program. Here, Papa. This is all about responsible journalism. Responsible. The difference between traditional media in the social media. They are not guided by those editorial guidelines.
Okay. And also na kame basis here because me say time no esa in terms of fake news, and then you mentioned the aspect of fact checking, especially going into the election. Social media is one place yintimi and regulate, especially those doing the blogging and all of that. Omojuma omobeye ahead of this election. How do we distinct that from the traditional media? Any Juma yensu ye.
Interesting. In our programs, we also targeting via social media influencers, bloggers. We also targeted because you want me here.
Okay.
And some traditional media journalists sometimes allow social media journalists to mislead them. The social media carbon, overspeeding, always kills. But they say they have the good side. Sometimes because of their speed, sometimes you can get some leads.
Okay.
Yes, pecs from social media. But how about the man you cross check? And so the journalists are trained to doubt. Say doubt. Once you are in doubt, you cross check. So what's your BBC barracks? Sometimes the best of sources can let you down. And because we are trained to doubt, you cross-check. In terminal, and you should also have sources. You should be linked so many areas. BBC police, yes, police. You should have some source there. BBC or military, you should have a source there. Okay. Electoral Commission, you should have some sources. You should sources PE. It's a reporters work out the day. It is not enough to bring back a story. You should also bring back sources.
Okay.
Sources in PE in prison, quite what sources BBC in some prison. Quickly, sourcing to confirm.
And sana,
okay. Yes, and sana, you come out. In the social media, yes, we applaud them for expanding the frontiers of freedom. But at the same time, they also have their negative side. Their negative side should guide us. They are traditional professionals because we have been trained to sieve them a fake from the factual news.
Okay.
And the public has the right in their code of ethics state that the public have the right to. They have it's not a luxury. It's their right to true, fair, accurate, balanced information, comprehensive information. It is their right. And this right should not be denied them.
Okay.
The answer is be able to go and make sure that it is or any qua. I feel so say any qua no the in some into Jano in some our yako yechiri in some our the ija what to gonna have madam for don't go there.
Okay. President, yeah, that's a proper, but me per se, yeah, dually on two major areas. Before we end, we wrap up with you. Na yema okwain na call. One of the major areas, the guidelines for media practitioners. GJ in some trouble for guidelines being anamode mayen for this election ahead of your reportage. Any adwuma bia ye bia no. Edie na wose ye sisudua na ye hwe na afetimi a guide ahead of a year adwuma edaya nimi.
In fact, I had discussions in can be termed as a capsule of the guidelines.
Yes. Because we share a year 2016 most stated clearly most of the outlines, access to media, just as providing equal platforms, our boss, activities of incumbent, and also was part of the guidelines. And there was here accuracy and then fairness as we can provide, avoiding conflict and then prejudice as well. Point 5, guideline 5, political parties and candidates. It's in what is expected of the journalists. Is it the same guidelines and they call into
the same guideline, but we added some on social media, and social media do them levelly. So we added some on social media.
Okay.
The social media is new here, but social media is one area we need to keep an eye on. One day, one of that to go giddy. Oh, not Saturday was SKB Santi, but no two SKB. And then Papa we money picture of the bay. Papa Tassin and picture of the bay. until there you cross check which of them. Which of them? Most of the time, one now said about I cabinet shuffle, and some traditional media during Mahama side, traditional media people went ahead to announce that why cabinet shuffle. Remember, there was a cabinet shuffle just because social media. In terms say we are trained to doubt. If we act in please check and cross check. I know ethics in speed. Profession rests on two main pillars: speed and accuracy. By introducing the two, accuracy should come before speed.
Okay.
But if you don't have, I'm the first to break. Let's say a break. Say break in on not your credibility will be dented. And once your credibility is dented, it can be also the station and some have gained that notoriety.
Okay, the second point, the welfare of journalists ahead of this election. Major political parties, let me use the NPP and NDC in their manifesto. Some of us we've taken time to read through portions of their manifestos. You don't see any clear statement on media practitioners in the country as well. As much as we are guiding free speech and all of that. Most of these media houses are owned by politicians, which is a clear fact. Young welfare as media practitioners, so that ahead of the election, Obin Kofa Bibi and Fan Kosha Unsem, and then with your interest and affiliation to that person, Onko Kansema, Eddie Chaos, Ebebre or Mino, Ediana GJ in this season.
State insurance company, SIC.
Okay.
SIC am in $20 million CD insurance package for the election.
Okay.
And it's cover 1st November to 31st January.
Okay.
In the sense, when you be a Sebumbaka and camera and our phone on most of them were targeting phones. Accord will be yes, because Accord will be until also somebody you be covered by this insurance package, 20 million CD insurance package for some travel from 1st November to 31st December, 31st January. Okay. Nyami mpengu na se ebia ohun kan na bibia and I say prayer into a prayer serious almost 40,000 lump sum.
Okay.
Every month be about 3,300. So phone so a recorder and a camera and so say report me hana and then it will tell a insurance company and then they also replace it and they give some compensation, and this is something which is happening. Match one KCB which will work towards an money package. But your
own prayer, my cousin will pray.
Yes, we will go through it. Now, so them package in the some trouble say, please don't fall easy prey to such. Say, could be been or dangerous.
Okay.
You should be alive before you can do your job. You should be alive before you can cover anything.
Self-protection is very important.
Self-protection self-protection a series of workshops on safety of journalists. From Norwegian Journalists Union.
Okay.
About 8 or so, but because of lack of funding, 2 man call and cover all the country. Yes, but that and then.
Okay. But ahead of the formulation of their manifestos, political parties need be a consulting association to see to how in the future you bet me aboa the welfare of journalists, because yaketu ya honsem wokoma idea very bad. Some journalists with master's degrees, with first degrees, and then you hear some salaries they are taking. Ayana quite appalling.
Hey, Class FM, the Yakupana Yomboa, and class, all be very classic, all salary classic. Classic, it was it. But only I knew been more on Mukra, on Yakwa, if you don't come to Yakwa, yeah, they are not paid at all. Until by the one in them. Why am I there? Oh, yes, blackmailing, man, multiple so just because the one with bigger crowd, it's it's an issue. You've taken the first step to unionize association. You come on board.
Okay.
You don't lose anything by joining professional association. Come on board. Into the immunization will cover into say who employs one wrong dealer. If they pay you below the minimum wage, it is our responsibility. More here that catching, and once you are a member, then we'll rally to your defense and make sure that you get what you do.
But will it be a good thing should a particular government decide to formulate a policy to see to the welfare of journalists in this country? For instance, I've interviewed a Kuyadonko like twice. Kuyadonko tells you, say, and some for Juma, so key. As part of her policy, one journalist, one car. Will it be bad? Say, SM would have a state policy, and I say a governmental policy a bit me to our welfare.
Very good question. In fact, our neighboring countries, many countries, it is government funds. The government fund this welfare package.
Okay.
Yes, the activities. It's part of the national budget. It is part of. Her proposal. Last year we paid for accreditation.
Okay.
This year this is bearing the cost. Now that issue we announced that if you confirm what your election related ejuma.
Okay.
On behalf of the state, when you are a ban to your cow, police for work or what you say about one more allowance.
Yeah.
Easy for work on wage one more allowance. When you want, yes.
Journalists are not part.
You are not part. We are not part. It's being why a Juma so a year on. Open let and go for working can about we are working with you.
Yeah.
But in coffee, unless until the results are announced, announced quite bare follow-ups in your sometimes for 3 days in Kofi.
Yeah.
No one, I believe for that studio. Until look at the effort to put in. Until henceforth in her proposal in there, the cost of every media house in covering election should be factored into the national budget.
Okay.
And then welfare is in fact COVID-19 is chairman paying his excellency Nana Akufo-Addo. Proposal the relief package for every media house. Last week a follow up. Okay. So many things are happening. If you own your allowance last minute. After the other teachers and security agencies when your special bonuses. This is something we also look at.
Because even during lockdown, journalists were working.
They were working. In fact, during the lockdown, they were working. Tebeke also want a Ziban and other things, sanitizers which we distributed. Make a sanitation minister Daruma dustbins. Okay. But class TV in FM home package. Okay. After a Coca-Cola so why and I do other institutions to make sure that as in Kofoya and I do so also make sure that our people are happy during this election. But them welfare package no here papa. Okay. No here. This is something we'll take up seriously.
Should we take it up and then na enter by bias? Because I kept asking the questions. Two major political parties in our manifestos, but even the media fraternity was not considered in their manifestos. This is a critical question I keep asking.
But NPP has media. NDC, in fact, during NDC time, 1 million CD as a start as a media development fund. Okay. Will be to laptops, and then there was a forum to discuss the formula for disbursing the fund. It was inconclusive. Okay. In 2 million, we need to see a week clear. And then you want to work opposition. This government has some welfare media development fund. Okay. To be the and also they have this. They set up this mechanism for the protection of journalists, and so we are doing the structures on National Media Commission. And so this is an area we need to take it up after the election.
Okay. But lastly, all the media houses and journalists will be an accreditation and
it's a big issue. It is a big issue. Accreditation.
Because elections next start your special voting.
Special voting.
Yes.
And we cannot entirely blame the UC.
Okay.
In the quite a while, or they can election or the bonnie film, bonnie and be. If you issue a release there, a month for 1 details.
On details,
Mbra. Be to about voting number or something in a voting area. I'm off Pion Famba. It means digits for voting numbers, digits are 10, if you're 9, if you're 8. Wrong information, it's you cannot input this into the system. It is affected central P. It's a self-inflicted problem.
Okay.
And why is she saying that central will be giving special dispensation? In fact, yes, if GMS and Tracy. The begin to say central media is voting be vote about go straight to be what choosing, go straight, identify yourself, be allowed. The message has gone out there. You'll be allowed to vote early. My tomb,
But on special voting, how many journalists are on the list? And then this morning, I was asking a very critical question because we are not opening all the polling stations, specific centers. But up to now, Oshe Daily Graphic, it is reported special voting is tomorrow. But the specific centers, Electoral Commission, and publicize in that effect. Until somebody may walk to a polling station or call register, but Ochinano election may not hold at that particular polling station because omu yusu a specific identified centers and a dear tuabano. How do we get to know the centers? I was here tuaba. And then Electoral Commission so for how many journalists are voting tomorrow ahead of the special vote?
But when you shoot list of people whose names were on the special vote,
okay.
And they said who's in Yidwa? Don't attempt to vote.
Okay.
And then since I wasn't one also, you don't take advantage of the special voting. Say
December, you can't vote.
You can't vote. You can't vote. Until them issue will follow up and appear, and then we will issue a press release to cover that.
Okay. President, I'm very grateful for that.
I say P. Yamisha P. And then we say so I can say we be a classic TV.
Mister, because I'm a president, but it's definitely me home in the kakra. I would say, I say, it's many ora for money, and I didn't come or president at the Ghana Journalist Association. Now, I face the details of the election coverage, and the choir was in central for your first a Jumenino, and I yet to me, I have a very extensive discussion. The was here, and the NSC, I believe, sir, Oyen Semtroni, now Oshe Anopa, what to me. Enyantiasie na afenso Ghana fo nyina so betimi ama the needed support na yetimi aye adwuma said there be your mind so ebetimi enye so mfa so president me da se nyame ensure I would wish say nyame adom na nka bia ukuada ebrabam a nka besan ye we biem na nka
we resonate well your home we there for you we there for you in time bia bia.
Okay, but I say it's producers don't any obedient call. But my my president NC na yen try a hotia and come right koba yen guest no ebetna say na afe ya to ankomodie ni so. Me ba se ya.
If I shop, I'm not sure you're bad.
Brad, and not so good.
Not tell me about see you about Queen Wayne say.
Brad, said your time about Mister Esia Jimmy fearful, and Yadia about ever so.
Really, do this offending now.
Brad, and make us a me the time about Mr. Huadancia. We are singing now about Timinka. It is some malaria. What run it time about Mr.
And you go, dear, no matter I want to meet any deal. What run it time about Mr. A drink and your ma or bar waffle through. Dear Wama Padano for any aquada when you fear to me, and son of the total about Mr. Drabino. Shasta Wako Hospital and answer lab. I'm what who said, oh, a 3-day malaria be answer.
I also time me a TIME. Time about Mr. I feel malaria fever be than Ziva, a woman,
FDA Asha Dready in Kwatsuimo Aji Atsumo se. Customer, I don't know who to say.
Malaria been actually on my man still.
Ah, one of them give us.
Give us a solid.
Yeah, sorry. What Roscoe so give us here and don't come down.
But you give us so. But when you give us here and don't come down.
Give us about me, sir.
If I try and don't come down.
Customer. Give us a ton now. Back.
Onuya kayo, oba wa fa furo nom. De o ma no banu fo nom. Akwada wa ni mfie dumie no ono nso nom.
Wow, aqua natural mineral water, clean and fresh.
Abusa yeda say eti Anopa yegusua edin komo on Dwabre 7 days to elections in Ghana. Yeda say this is your election strong room. CMT Ghana elect all the things was said yedemao ahead of the election. Na afin so information bi abetime abuama oman so yen democracy honsem etime atena ho na asumdue no so etime atena ho no ho komo Anopa so yene wo edi enti just gone by the national president for the Ghana Journalists Association Ora Afel Money and yene no edin komo na braso say yene ya bedwafo nso edin komo Anopa enti lawyer Chumberima atena say Anopa yebehwe na yetimi edin komo but unfortunately the NPP guest yetonsa edefre no entimi enjoy ne enti yene lawyer ebekoso edin komo sisi ya ana o ma yate ase se enya ade a obetimi aba lawyer morning
kwame
bibi aboko
yeah pimiso
Obrani wom.
Well,
but we are very come.
Oh, of course. God is going to reward.
But campaign boko there.
Yeguso. Yeguso. Was Mubobo na se 10 minutes to full times and hono ya na se boja ye. Je hono ho de ba bi en nikura na se otun ko fafiri ba.
Edeba.
Now we would be na de be wi enti yeguso. Yeah pimsiko and we believe that it's going to be well.
What has been the biggest lesson in this campaign Amoye?
Oh, a lot. Especially with regards to the kind of support people are giving us. It's unbelievable.
In 2016, we had the same support.
Oh, I mean,
because the crowd was there.
And you know, crampo. Because I'm not even me use crowd in the brain. But me support behind the scene.
Okay.
I'm say. Normally parties so opposition yeah na sika sam kura no bi be yinu wen kwa bebo akura ne de so bebo
yeah because onimu faith
but this time around in NDC I'm surprised to say the rate at which people are willing to support you. I'm the campaign chairman for Fantakwa South.
Okay.
And I can tell you, sir, even just yesterday somebody approached me with something that I was surprised. Even though the gentleman has assured me, but amount of boy, I thought he was joking. So people are, I'm not sure they are eager to, push away this incompetent government. They are eager to push away this incompetent.
What no resources? Somebody a campaign, no dear.
Well, I mean, resources no there. We said this time around the campaign no.
Because for my investigation and for my checks, NDC more T-shirts near the nyina no party supporters complaining say omunya. You see, sika ne ho amudi T-shirt. Some of the candidates cry no entimi nye posters. Most of them entimi nye T-shirt. Emfa John Mahama animo emfa mom. The way amoye mo campaign in 2016, it looks as if say things are very limited now. And nkrofo a me be di ho dance yes in most areas utwa wania more signposts and now say more way amode more advert nyina no entabo. Compare that to a year billboards giant ones I can see in 2016 ye hu ye ni nyina
kwa be so nu se no ntwa bade
o say
so nu se no ntwa
opposition ya
no opposition ya but you need to understand something. You see,
okay,
I have this is not my first time of coordinating an election for somebody.
It's a billboard in Dwabre.
And Dwabre. You see, somebody will not vote for you because billboard near Kasepa.
Okay.
Neither is someone also going to vote against you because billboard near Kasepa.
And today I must see giant ones.
I mean,
those very well saying Dwabre.
The fact remains very simple. Most of those giant billboards now are not even done by the political parties. The individual has been a year the show. I'm telling you. I'm sitting here speaking on authority in Jamaica. Most of these things, and you want to put at this camp, people who do it, I mean, in support of you.
Okay. It's individuals. I
mean, I cannot count the number of banners or billboards that I've mounted for my parliamentary candidate. I can't count them. If I would teach